Okay, so I've got these couple pages done here. Anti-seize grease went onto this tube and the extruder head, the nozzle, which then got screwed into the thermal barrier tube, or the thermal core, I'm going to guess that is, the core. And here it says after a date that hasn't happened yet, this tube is going to have a chamfer at the end, and you can do it yourself if you happen to have a pencil sharpener. I don't. So, just going to stick that in here, and it looks like so wait a minute. So looking through the directions here, it says if you want one, get yourself a pencil sharpener. Well, I don't have one, but now it's saying any angle cut on this tube will fit better than none. So it also says it doesn't have to be flawless. That's good, because I don't have a pencil sharpener because I use mechanical pencils. And being an artist, if I'm working with chalks, pastels, or other pencils, I use a razor blade to sharpen this stuff. So how much of an angle? I don't know. Any angle is better than none. I'll have to take them at their word for it. Hopefully the diameter of the tube doesn't have to have a consistent cut around that. Make sure it extends all the way to the nozzle. Well, I guess that's kinda right there. You might be able to cut this a little better. But I don't accidentally want to cut into the wall either. So I would say that extends just about all the way to the nozzle. That does look to be about correct, and now we're just going to slice this off. Oh, and that didn't make a single dent. It looks like I got a slight angle there. Hopefully that won't matter too much. I bolted these down a couple weeks ago, so let's see if they're still tight. So they are still good. So I'm going to go against my better judgment here and do something they suggest. I don't have any high temperature solder, so what they suggest doing is actually clipping a little hole in here making a loop on this side and then crimping them back together and then using regular solder on top of that. So you've got a mechanical hold on it at least. So I'll at least give that a try. The directions here say they give you a short length of wire. Well, I don't know if this qualifies as short, but we'll go with it. We need 2 halves of it, one for each side. This is specially insulated. It's Teflon coated. So regular wire crimpers and strippers don't always work on it. So I've got the razor blade out for that. In the photo on the next page, it looks like, on the page after, it looks like this is a solid strand wire, but this is definitely a multi-thread. And I'll probably need just a little more for myself, because dealing with small stuff like this, I like to have a little more room on my wires. You really want to be careful not to accidentally cut any, because that cuts down on the power that'll go through the whole thing. So there's a little bit of a trim. Tie this into a loop here. Typically what I do for myself when I'm working with wires like this is I'll wrap the wire around one piece entirely and then crimp all that, so I don't really know that what they've got going on here is all that necessary. I don't see that you need to cut that. And it suggests you offset them just a little so that you can crimp it back together. This definitely doesn't want to crimp. Let's see if I can twist it into place and then bend it over and around. So that should be a good connection once I even put some regular solder on there. And I know some people that should have some high temperature solder, so it shouldn't be a problem. Really? So you got to go back a few pages to see what's going on here. And in this photo it looks like this goes straight across like that and gets powered out. Whereas in this photo, no, it's still the same, it just looked different, I guess. So let's see how good I am with stripping wire here. And I just totally broke that off. I would have expected that of single strand wire, but not multi-strand. I'm going to have to cut some more of that down. And in making a slice in the middle there, you can see that I'm opening up a little exposed wire. Let's get some more of that going. So that should be good. And because I crimped this so severely, I'm probably not going to be able to uncrimp it at all. So rather than listening to what they say to do, let's try it my way. Need a little more here on the end. So I've got to call that connection superior to what they suggest. However, it does mean that my slice here is just a little too short. It should be closer to up there. I'm going to guess that it's probably a problem if this stuff touches the actual thermal core. So maybe not as elegant as their solution, but that definitely works.